you can see right in the middle, you see the power outages for PG&E. This is the PG&E map, but notice in the middle it's not covered, and that's because this is the area that SMUD delivers electricity to. They make it and they deliver it roughly to this area. They have different zones because when there's power outages, if you live in a certain zone, they'll have more specific information. But I think a lot of people may not know where the power is coming from. SMUD creates its own power. It generates its own power. So again, it may flow through some of these transmission lines for PG&E, and SMUD has their own as well. But I think that this is a very important point. It's what's happening weather-wise, and for PG&E, a lot of their lines just happen to be in the mountains. They happen to be in the Feather River Canyon. They happen to be in very windy places, also all the way through the Bay Area hills. Very windy. The big fire near Santa Rosa, they estimate wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour in that zone. So these are transmission lines. You want it high up, you want it out of the way, you want to move the power and not worry about it. But the most exposed places happen to be where we get the strongest winds just from a meteorological sense. So these are canyons. The wind gets into a canyon and it speeds up. That's the Feather River Canyon. That's why the winds were so strong there for the Camp Fire. Also exposed ridge lines. And again, for a lot of the PG&E customers, they have reservoirs. Great for recreation, great for water, but primarily PG&E has these reservoirs to make power. And power then gets distributed to their customers. This is one of the ways that SMUD creates power. This is a natural gas power plant. This is near Rancho Seca, the decommissioned nuclear power plant that's outside of Wilton. So this is in a very remote area. You see some of the solar panels that they have as well. So SMUD creates power just like any other power company from a variety of sources. You need the daytime power, you need the 24-hour power, that's your hydro power, wind power. They did have nuclear power at one point. They no longer have that. So this is natural gas, which can run 24 hours a day. So if they're generating in this location and their lines, if the weather is not going to be strong enough and they're not worried about their transmission lines being affected, then SMUD may not have any power outage.